Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will see how to respond to data loss prevention alerts using Microsoft 365. So let me just quickly log on to the portal and take it from there. Alright, I am logging on to the portal. So to give you a brief overview, let's take an instance. Like as a security operation analyst or a SOC, you need to understand compliance related terminology and alerts. You will have to learn how the data loss prevention alerts will help you in the investigation to find the full scope of the incident. So let me give you a brief introduction. So Microsoft 360 provides DLP protection to identify, monitor, and automatically protect sensitive information. You are a SOC analyst working at a company that implemented Microsoft Purview compliance solution. Now, based on the recent security incidents in the organization, you have been assigned the responsibility to advise the compliance team on the types of information they should protect. To work with the compliance team, you need to learn about the data loss prevention components. These include sensitive info types, sensitivity labels, DLP policies, and policy alerts. Now, if I describe data loss prevention alerts, how would I describe those alerts? You should know the basic understanding. Now, the DLP alerts or data loss prevention alerts will help you in the investigation to find the full scope of the incident. Now, DLP alerts can be generated from Microsoft Purview Compliance or Microsoft Defender for cloud apps. Let's say you're not the person creating the DLP policies, but it is important for you to understand them so that you can recommend changes, right? So to comply with business standards and industry regulation, the organization must protect sensitive information and prevent its inadvertent disclosure. Now, sensitive information can include financial data or personal information such as credit card numbers, social security numbers, or health records. Now, the person who will be implementing a DLP policy, they can identify sensitive information across many locations such as Exchange Online, SharePoint Online, OneDrive, and Microsoft Teams. One can also identify any document containing credit card that is stored on the OneDrive site. We can prevent the accidental sharing of sensitive information. We can identify any document or email containing a health record that's shared with people outside the organization. We can monitor and protect sensitive information in the desktop version of Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. We can help users learn how to stay compliant without interrupting the workflow. We can educate the users about DLP policies and help them remain compliant without blocking their work. Now, as a SOC analyst, we have to view the DLP alerts and reports showing content that matches the organization's DLP policies. Now, there are some components of DLP. These are sensitive information types, sensitivity labels. Right. So what are sensitive information types? A sensitive information type is defined by a pattern that can be identified by a regular expression or a function. Microsoft Purview Compliance comes with built-in sensitive information types like credit card numbers, bank accounts, and more. We can also create custom sensitive info type matched on regular expressions, keywords, or an uploaded dictionary. Now we have sensitivity labels also. Sensitivity labels specify the classification of a document. The document could be termed like public, private, or classified. With these labels, more functionality can be applied to the document like encryption. Labels are applied to documents either manually or by user or automatically based on these sensitive info types. I'll make a separate series on DLP. I will show all the labs that are recommended or that are available so that you can understand. But I'll have the DLP or Microsoft Purview, those features as a separate series altogether. Now, then we have a data loss prevention policy. Now, DLP policy contains very basic things, where to protect the content, like locations, Exchange Online, SharePoint Online, or OneDrive sites, when and how to protect the content by enforcing rules, the conditions that content must match before the rule is enforced, or actions that you want the rule to take automatically when content matching the conditions is found. Now, Defender for cloud app file policy. As well, file policies can be set to provide continuous compliance scans, legal e-discovery task, DLP for sensitive content shared publicly, and many more use cases. And now if you want to investigate the data loss prevention alerts, you have to be aware of Microsoft Purview. Now to view DLP alerts from DLP policies created in Microsoft Purview, we'll use the following steps. Now I'll log on to compliance.microsoft portal, right? So I was logged earlier, I was logged in to security.microsoft.com for Defender for Endpoint, Defender for Cloud Apps, for Office 365, for email, right? Now I am logging on to compliance.microsoft.com. You see, welcome to the Microsoft Purview compliance portal. All right. In here, if you will see the alerts, I don't have any alerts as of now because this is my lab environment. But here the alerts comes into picture. Now you have compliance manager, you have data classification, you have alerts, policies. Here you configure the DLP policies. This is the data loss prevention policies that one can configure. Then rules and scopes. We'll discuss all of this in a separate video series altogether. You know, data lifecycle management, e-discovery, how these policies works, insider risk management, information barriers, privacy risk management, everything we'll discuss in detail. But I was talking how you can see the alerts or investigate. You go to the compliance.microsoft.com, you click on alerts, and then same way there are some filters that you can apply to refine the list of alerts. You can select the events tab. To view all the events associated with the alert, you can select the sensitive info types. To view the details, when you will see an actual alert, you will see all of these things. And now, after you take the required action, you can set the status of the alerts to resolved. And same way, like you investigate data loss prevention alerts in Microsoft Purview or compliance portal, you can investigate data loss prevention alerts in Microsoft Defender for Cloud Apps also. Now, when a Defender for Cloud Apps file policy is created with a DLP related configuration, file policy violation alerts can be investigated in the alerts area of Defender for Cloud Apps. Okay. Now, if you would go back to the security.microsoft.com and if you would see the Microsoft Defender for Cloud Apps here, right? And if I click on policies, you see policy management here. Customize alerts. These are the policy management. These are the policy templates, right? So now for each alert, you need to investigate and determine the nature of the violation and the required response. We can filter the alerts by alert type or by severity. We can select a specific alert. Depending on what type of alert it is, you will see various actions that you can take in before resolving the alert. You can filter based on app. Now there are three types of violations you will need to deal with when investigating alerts. If it is a serious violation require an immediate response. For a suspicious activity alert, you might want to suspend the account until the user change their password. For a data leak, you might want to restrict permissions or quarantine the file. If a new app is discovered, you might want to block access to the service on your proxy or firewall. Then there are questionable violations. We can contact the user or the user's manager about the nature of the activity. Or then there is authorized violations or anomalous behavior. We can dismiss the alert or it was a anomalous behavior can result from legitimate use as well, right? So anytime we dismiss an alert, it's important to submit feedback about why you are dismissing the alert. The Defender for Cloud Apps team uses this feedback as an indication of the accuracy of the alert. This information is then used to fine-tune our machine learning models for future alerts. Now, even though you would be interested to configure file policy alerts for DLP, the alerts list will show many different alert types. It's important to understand the different alert types because these non-DLP alerts could be provided insight into a security incident. Now there are different alert types available: activity policy violation, file policy violation, compound account, inactive account, new admin user, new admin location, new discovered service, suspicious activity, right? So read about these alerts on Microsoft documentation, and then because these types of alerts can be triggered and recommends ways we can resolve them, right? So if there is an alert, for example, activity policy violation. So this type of alerts is the result of a policy we created and it was violated by a user. Now the recommended solution is to work with this type of alert in bulk. We recommend that you work in the policy center to mitigate them. We can fine tune the policy to exclude noisy entities by adding more filters and more granular controls. If the policy is accurate, the alert is warranted and it's a violation you want to stop immediately. Consider adding automatic remediation in the policy. Same way, different type of alert would have a recommended resolution. We have to work in that sequence. Alright, so this is what I wanted to cover about the alert analysis. Let me bring my how to respond to data loss prevention alerts in Microsoft 365. Though you would not see all of them on security.microsoft.com, but you should be aware about compliance. Alright, so I hope this was beneficial for you and it will give you an urge to read more about DLP, Microsoft Purview, and different compliance tools or methodologies that are available on Microsoft documentation. If you have any further doubts, please mention them in the comment section and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.